looking, I mean, we've spoken now a little bit about the COVID times, and obviously there've been some unique challenges around that, which I think is the euphemistic term for what we've all been through. But what do you think, Anita, are going to be the biggest challenges that future leaders in the employee experience space are going to encounter?
I think the biggest one at this point is the whole concept of hybrid work.
Okay.
The whole workspace has changed completely. And so psychological safety is one aspect to it. And then just sort of the hybrid approach to work. So do you work from home? Do you come into the office? And how safe does one feel? And looking at those. I mean, we were very good initially and spoke about how the scary monster called COVID and how you can't step out of your home. Don't come into the office. It's not safe. You have to stay indoors. And now things have shifted and changed, and it's difficult to take away the scary monster. And so how do you break down the scary monster so that people feel safe coming into the office? They feel safe being around their colleagues. They feel safe interacting with others outside of the screen, because the safety comes via the screen right now. So how do you reintegrate almost back into a space where are physically seeing one another? So those would be probably one of the biggest challenges. The others being around, things have changed considerably from the way everyone practices leadership. So leadership foremost is not necessarily around managing tasks. It's really around creating the safety. It's around making sure that that everyone has the tools that they require to do what they need to do, and then leaving them to do it. So it's really making sure that the values, the barriers, all of those are just sort of in place, so that people feel safe enough to do what they need to do. And it's a very different approach to managing the tasks, managing the hours of the day, versus managing the outputs of what is required in a manner which is safe psychologically, in a manner which is safe from COVID, like we have right now, in a manner which people can still do the best that they can under these circumstances. And so it's a very different type of mindset to have. It's no longer the mindset of let's tick the boxes. It's the mindset of how do we create the environment in order to bring out the best in others, so that we can make the biggest difference.
Okay, so off the back of that, what are the new skills that you would advise future employee experience leaders to learn and master?
Now, one would say it's probably because I'm in the HR space or PS, but I would say it's more around the softer skills. So it's around the skills of empathy. It's around the skills of communication. Because of the biggest lessons we've learned via COVID, that the number one thing is communicate, even if you don't know the answer. But having the ability to communicate to people at different levels, that's critical. Being able to bring people together, and together not necessarily physically, but together in terms of thought, understanding, and knowing what the outputs are. That's different to what it is that we've always known and learned. And so those are probably the top three things that we need to really focus on for the future. I mean, who knows what's going to happen over the next year? Then there might be some different skills to learn. But at this point in time, I would say empathy, communication, and bringing others together.
Okay, I love that. I love bringing others together.